Hello, everyone. Welcome to Kiki and Kibitz. It's me, Mary, and I'm coming live to you tonight with an edition of 90 Day Oy Vey. It is becoming increasingly clearer to me that Sunny is throwing shade at Veah, and Claire is continuing her rantings about Rob. And Angela is really happy. I'll tell you why in a second. And I decided to answer a viewer question about how could the new immigration laws that are going to be put in effect potentially affect the K-1 visa process and the spousal visa process, and therefore potentially affect the future of 90 Day Fiance. So I did a little research on that, and I'm going to get into it. So I'm going to let you guys come into the room for a second. It is Thursday, January 23rd, and this morning my husband and I dropped off my darling mother-in-law for her 10-day Caribbean cruise. I'm having major FOMO. I wish I was with her on the damn boat. It is cold AF, as I'm sure it is where you guys are, because across the country, everybody is suffering with record cold. Um, One of my friends down in Georgia, my sweet southern friend, sent me a picture of snow in her backyard. Well, it was actually ice, but it started off as snow. It was like 5 inches. Um, Nathan, I was in Aruba for Christmas, December 18th to the 23rd, and I just want to go back. I just want to go back. And we are going on a cruise in March to the Bahamas. Yes, we're going to the Bahamas. I've never been to the Bahamas, and I can't wait for that either. So, hi Nathan, hi Venus, hi Sheila, hi Isabella. Thank you, everybody, for joining me on this cold night. And let's get right into this. Lots of good stuff tonight. So, first of all, Tiger Silly says she was hacked. Uh huh. I have a couple of bridges that you could buy in Brooklyn, if you believe that. So, she swears that she's living her best life. Hi, Chanel. Hi, Tammy. Um, She's living her best life. And she says, thank you all for your sweet messages. Noticing my photos have been deleted. My page was hacked. Yeah, okay. But I decided it's the perfect time to revamp my page into only showing covered photos. And then the next story is showing the new lingerie collection that she will be selling on her website, Niche Concept. Do you guys think her page was hacked, or do you think that Adnan told her to take down all those pictures? I call bullshit on the hacking. Hi Stephanie, hi Menopausal Queen. So yeah, she's coming out with a new lingerie collection, and this is her favorite piece from that collection. Yeah, okay. Tiger Silly and Adnan, I hope we don't see them again, but unfortunately, we're probably going to see them on Happily Ever After. That's my gut feeling. So now moving on, Claire is an ass. So she saw the sandbox therapy session on Last Resort, and we all knew this. She started throwing a fit. And I covered this in my last video. She started throwing a fit on her stories and basically saying that Rob is lying about everything. Everything is Rob's fault. He's a big liar. He's an abuser. Blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to read these again. If you guys want, you could pause and read, pause and zoom in, because she has the annoying habit of writing in tiny little letters. Like, even me with my new glasses, I'm like, what the hell? So, she may have forgotten that she got arrested Mother's Day weekend, May of 2024, for terroristic threats. to her daughter, which I have exclusively the message here that she did send to Sophie that got her arrested in May of 2024. And as you can see here, she threatens to Sophie's throat, and it's not a thing that a mother should ever say to their daughter, no matter how fucking angry you are. But Claire just wants all of us to believe that she's this devoted, loving mom. I don't buy it. So I made a post to Instagram, um, basically what I just showed you guys, and she jumped in the comments and said, just for the record, everything Rob said on TV is a lie. He's using the fact that I broke them up because of the way Sophie was brought up, which is nothing like Rob said. I was not in addiction when my daughter was growing up. I was clean. I'm sorry. I was not in addiction when my daughter was growing up, and I am proud I am clean. My daughter had a great childhood. But here's the thing. Rob has put my daughter through hell. The real reason she left that house in Texas was for domestic violence. She left for her safety. Rob told me himself, Claire, I'm really sorry. I need to get help with issues, but on the show, he hasn't said that. He tried to make everyone else to blame. Rob needs to be a man and own it. And I don't care what people think of me. I was a mom and I was scared for my daughter's life. Disgusting trying to turn it around and make out it's me. And I also know Sophie is so scared of that man. He tells her what to say, so she will say, and I don't need to prove, which I could have. Sophie's child. It was, if it comes to it, I will. Then she goes on to say, also, people out there, I've been in domestic violence relationships. All know very well the abuser will make out get victim is to blame and try everything in his power to make people like him and make everyone hate the person he's abusing. Now, don't get me wrong. I saw and I reported on those videos of Rob yelling at Sophie, okay? And no, it was not the right thing to do. That is verbal abuse. I'm going to put my foot down. Rob was verbal abusing Sophie in those videos that were leaked by Claire. Okay, there was one of them in the car and one of Sophie hiding in the closet. But then I also get that Rob at the time was so frustrated with Sophie because she wasn't coming home for days and he didn't know where the fuck she was. So, never okay the way he was yelling at her in those videos. But Claire is not the devoted mom that she makes herself out to be. Claire is a very big part of the problem. Sophie even admitted that on TV. We all saw her reaction when Rob started, talking about how her mom and her childhood and things like that. We all saw her reaction. It resonated with her. It really did. So Claire could deny it all she wants. Okay. Sophie even said on TV, and not only on Last Resort, she said this during her first season of 90 Day Fiancé, that she basically had to raise herself because her mother was in active addiction when she was growing up, and her mom was more like her friend than a mom. Okay? So Claire rambles on in my comments, and then she posts this to her stories. She deleted all the ramblings about Rob, and then she posted this. The narcissist really believes that, but that by denying the truth, it will change the facts. Then, in a typical devoted mom manipulation mode, she says, don't take your mother for granted. I don't care how much she gets on your nerves. When she close her eyes, that's it. Great way to manipulate your daughter, who I have a feeling is pissed at you for jumping on social media and ripping Rob an asshole and bringing up Rob's childhood and all of the trauma that Rob has endured. It's not your story to tell, lady. So, anyway, she hopped back on the gram today, and I'm going to take one for the team, and I'm going to read this for you guys, okay? So, she says, Does raise yourself does raise myself mean traveling around the world, having someone take you and pick you up from school, having all your friends have sleepovers at our house at weekends, not dating around for 15 years so that I could be a good mom. Just raise yourself mean your mom is with you every day, feeding you every day. Just for the record, Sophie has been affected by things like my depression I had when she was growing up and PTSD. I understand. Am I addiction when she was growing up? Was eating disorder bulimia? So is she admitting that she had an eating disorder? Well, Sophie was growing up and she had to witness that too. So then here what she writes sideways. Does raise yourself mean whole life you told people my mom will die for me? There's nothing in this world she will not do for me. Does raise yourself mean when you have grandparents that love you unconditional love that my daughter used to brag about how no loves their daughter more than me? Does raise yourself mean when you get older you're still calling your mom when you're in the club constantly because she loves me and I love her? Shame on Rob for trying to twist my daughter's mind with his gaslighting. Okay, and then the final one, because I checked before I went live. I think she's finally quiet for the day. So first she says, when Sophie was an adult in her 20s, I relapsed. And when she was 17, yes, addiction would have affected her not being sober. She had to witness horrible stuff for not during her childhood. She's always proud of me that I never gave up and got clean. So, yeah, things have affected her, but not in her childhood. Okay, her teenage years is just as bad. Like, she's trying to, I'm sorry, Claire is trying to make it sound like, oh, it's okay. If Sophie had to witness me an addiction and a hot mess, she was 17. It's okay. It wasn't during her childhood. She was a teenager. It's okay. No, it's not, Claire. Fucking delusional. Okay. So she says, I've been clean for multiple years now, and I will always be so sorry that Sophie had to see me beaten, tortured, kidnapped in my addiction. That's why I relapsed, and that must have affected her. And that I will always be sorry for too. Ya think? So finally, she says, Sophie, definitely because we were so close and spent every day together in her charges, she would definitely have been affected by my eating disorder because it was really bad. She would definitely be affected seeing her mom that she loves so much going into dark places with depression. And I understand that would have affected her. Her tone seems to have changed. It seems like she's had a conversation with Sophie, and Sophie put her in her place. So she keeps emphasizing on the fact that it wasn't during her childhood. It wasn't during her childhood. It was during her late teenage years. So that makes it better. She watched me being tortured. What is it? Tortured and kidnapped, beaten, tortured, and kidnapped. And this caused her to relapse. But since Sophie witnessed all this in her teenage years, no, 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 it's okay. It's okay. It wasn't during her childhood. Claire, please shut the fuck up already. Okay? You are a big reason why your daughter is the way she is. I'm not a Sophie fan, but I have compassion for her. because seeing how her loving, devoted mom acts, please give me a fucking break. And Natalie, I really hope not, because it's bad enough we have to deal with Darcy. I hope we don't have to deal with Claire either. So, moving on. Sunny is definitely throwing shade at Veah. Okay, definitely. So, first of all, I would like to thank Alex for giving me this little heads up. Thank you, Alex. First of all, Veah and Sunny are no longer following each other on IG. And that's the first hint, okay, that a relationship is over. So, like I reported in my last video, Sunny put up some posts after the tell all on Sunday that made me raise an eyebrow. First, he said, watching myself on TV, I barely recognized who I was. Nervous, tense, almost like I was pretending to be someone I'm not. But in reality, I'm just me. Chill, real, and far from that tense version. It's crazy how different we can feel from how we look in certain moments. Just a reminder to be true to yourself no matter how it seems. Then he says, finally, it's bye bye time. Drama is getting over. So then he posted this in his story, which I asked him, and he wouldn't tell me a damn thing about who it was directed to. But after I show you the live that I'm going to show you next, I'm 99.9% sure that all this shit is directed at Veah. So, first, he says your past should be a lesson, not a tool for seeking sympathy or attention. True strength comes from facing challenges, learning from them, and becoming better, not using them as an excuse to get help from others. Stop looking for attention and relying on people to save you. You need to build yourself, because in the end, nobody can truly give you what you need except you. Go fund me with a bunch of laughing faces. Coming soon. Stop lying to the people. And as I reported in my last video, Veah has started a Team Veah merch shop, and she is selling Team Veah shirts, cell phone cases, hoodies that say, "Do you take Apple Pay?" and Team Veah. So, like I said, she's riding on this 90-day, 15 minutes of fame train as long as she can. So, Sunny went live, and I hate to say, but he's kind of boring when he goes live. He doesn't say much. He just kind of sits there listening to music and looking at something next to him, which I could only assume is another computer screen or whatever. But in this live, I managed to capture something that I found very interesting. So let me share this with you and let me know what you guys think, because to me, it sounds like he's throwing serious shade at Veah. So let me. Okay, here we go.
But after the show, I'm telling you, I got a lot of bomb coming. Like this song.
I hope I don't
I
get
love to go to South
copyright.
Africa. I'm a Portuguese. There's a lot of Mozambique. Portugal is a nice country. Mozambican people, Zimbabwean, Mozambique. Yeah, Mozambique. We also have a lot of them in here in South Africa, in Durban. A lot of them. Hey, you know the crazy part about in social media? Some people could lie, make up dramas to just get attention. That's crazy.
So is he implying that Veah is using social media to lie and get attention? Whoa. So we're gonna see how these two wind up. I'm not surprised at all, to be honest with you. Not surprised that these two are broken up, falling apart, and he's throwing shade and blowing up her spot. Not surprised one bit. So another thing I'm not surprised about is that Renee is rambling again. Menopausal queen. Thank you so much for taking one for the team, because we all know Renee has had me blocked since like the second or third week of the season, and her account is private, which makes it even harder to go spy on her. So menopausal queen, thank you so much. I'm not going to read all these guys. This is not going to be another pause and read situation. But basically, Renee is rambling. She can't believe production did this to her. They were so nice when they showed up. She hugged everybody. And next thing she knew, her words and everything else was being twisted. And, so here she says, so sad how easily one can be betrayed when all I did was gave it a shot just to finally meet someone I loved who was handicapped, leaving everything and gambling away so he can finally meet me as well. It was very bad and dangerous there. If I didn't have production, I would have never made it back. Always getting pulled over and almost harassed because you're white and they feel like threatening you. Or me, myself at a hotel almost getting into trouble because production didn't pay someone. My kindness was taken as my weakness when they were so very wrong. They are the weakest link. How awful to not even offer me a redemption after all this nonsense. No matter. Mm. So she goes on. Um, Renee, she's a special one. Okay. When you're awake, when you're so awake, it's illegal. It's why I was treated the way I was by production, saying things I should have never known, proving I am much more powerful than them. They work for me in the end of it all. She's showing a bunch of missed calls from Chidi. Sister Victoria is evil. Bernard used to come in at all hours of the night to double check that she wasn't sneaking into Chidi's room. Just the usual, blah 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 blah. Yes, I agree, Stephanie. Why is she still rambling? Move on already, like girl, please. Okay, so then she shows this message, which looks like it's from production. Says, hi, Renee. Hope you had a nice holiday and Happy New Year. Your agreement and exclusivity is still in effect through, and she blocks it out. If there's any interviews or other projects you would like to participate in during this time, please check in with me for consideration and approvals. So she says, I think when it comes to this reality TV, it's best that I don't get involved. Unless they flip my image, but they already try to tear it down for me. They can't get away of God's plan. I'd rather get involved with movies or something bigger. Another Angela, she wants her whole Netflix special. There has to be other shows out there. It's like you're treated like the bottom of the barrel with these ones. I'm not fired. I'm not hated. I'm just not a fool, and they don't like that. I fought for love. Everyone else around me was fighting for money. Why I entertain this? I am better than this. Okay, so now Chidi has moved on. He says love is such a beautiful thing that no one can ever deny, no matter how much it is. And Natalie, in the answer to your question about Chidi's GoFundMe, let me go take a look at its Facebook page so I could get the link. And let's see, Chidi's GoFundMe. I'm just trying to find the link. Give me one sec. He should have it pinned to the top, but he doesn't. Oh, jeez. All right, where's this link? Did he take it down? Good question. GoFundMe link in my bio, but it's not, dude. All right, guys, sorry. Can't find the freaking link. Let me go on GoFundMe and see if I can find it there. Give me 1 second. Hmm. Guys, I can't find the link, and I just try to search on GoFundMe just under Chidi's name, and this since there's so many GoFundMe's up, it's hard to find it. Let me just double check it one more place. Oh, I got it, guys. $5,952 out of 50,000. So he got about $6,000, 12% of his goal. So there we go. Thank you, Isabella. Thank you. So that's the status of Chidi's GoFundMe. So now Banja decided to go on her Instagram and share all of the mean messages that she has been receiving from people. So I want to share this with you guys, okay? Because she's usually so like positive and whatever. But yeah, she let me just share this with you guys. So this is Banja sharing the meanest comments that she has received so far.
Sit down as a family and read some mean messages. Are you ready? Let's do this. You are the most obnoxious, overbearing person ever on a tell-all. You giving relationship advice is hilarious. Miss, I've been single for 7 years. 6 years, correction. You're dressed like an ice skating event. Thank you. That's such a great compliment. Or a Disney character. Even better. You wouldn't shut up. Yeah, sounds like me. You're completely obnoxious all the time. Guys don't like your constant laughing. Wait, guys don't like laughing? I thought laughing is a good thing. I thought smiles, laughter is a sign of happiness, but I could be wrong. I don't know. Please block me. For the record, you came into my DMs to leave me this message, so just see yourself out. That was great. Desperate and jealous of other women on the show. If I remember correctly, I was standing up for the other woman, but we could have been watching a different show, so I don't know. I feel bad for you until the tell-all, until you show why you're still lonely. There's a difference between being alone and lonely. I am not lonely, okay? Never have been, never will be. I'm not right now in this current moment. Homely looking with a big nose. Okay, I take offense to this. I'm not homely looking, okay? I am extra. And is this nose big? I don't think so. I mean, should I get surgery, make it into a button nose, the Instagram button nose, so I look like everyone else? I think my nose fits my face, but I'm not homely, okay? No personality, drama queen, disgusting. I guess everybody's entitled into their own opinions, so you do you, boo. I don't think I'm a drama queen. I think I'm just level-headed. But, I mean, I could have said or done something that caused you to think so, and I'm sorry, but not sorry. Here's another one. Vanya has single-handedly ruined this tell-all show. Why on earth did the producers let her steal the show in the worst way possible? She's illegitimately on the show with no fiance. First of all, this is not the 90-day fiance show, okay? This is before the 90 days. We're not engaged on this show. No man wants her. Only had 2 relationships on the show, so to say no man is reaching. She is the fake, selfish attention sucker that conned the 90-day fiance show. Ooh, fighting words. What the fuck? Her whole life is look at me and as my flaunt my lady bits. It's all grammatically incorrect and misspelled. Yeah, I'm a performer, I'm a dancer, so that would entail people looking at me. Otherwise, the show would probably be really bad. So yes, I agree with you. Easily the most annoying cast member ever. Wow. Okay, he must have watched a lot of shows so to know that I am the most annoying cast member ever. All caps. I have never commented on the show until now. Ick, she gives the show a bad name. Sorry, not sorry. You are the elephant in the room with that elephant on your face. What is that thing growing on your forehead? Oh, you mean this? And I think you misspelled unicorn. Okay, I'm not an elephant. I'm a unicorn. You are disgusting to look at. You try so hard. You're an extra. Yuck. Well, to celebrate the being extra, maybe I should continue reading these with my little tiara. Is this extra? Maybe I should have two tiaras. I don't know. Would that be too extra? Let's continue like this. Extra. You are so needy. As pretty as you are, why can't you find anyone in the States? You're so stupid for doing this. First off, I have been dating in the States, okay? This is the first time I dated somebody abroad. So thanks, no thanks. Not needy, but I appreciate your concern. Why does your mole keep switching sides? You must think your fans are idiots. You probably just painted it on there. Okay, listen, people. This is the mole. And when you take video or pictures on Instagram or TikTok, it flips. It's a mirror effect. It is on my right side. And sometimes it shows up on the left side, depending if we do the mirror effect or not. So those are some of the mean messages I've gotten, just one of many. So if you guys like this, maybe I should do some more of them. Let me know what you think.
So there you go. And yes, I agree with you, Zion Shore. She sounds very angry, probably angry at Josco and Bozo. And yes, she is probably going to be back. Unfortunately, I predict that we see her on Pillow Talk. You know how now we have Misha with Kim. I predict that she's going to take Misha's place and she's going to be with Kim. So I predict that she will be coming back in some capacity, some form or another, and most likely on Pillow Talk or maybe Single Life. Oh, that would be really annoying to see her on Single Life. Like, anyway, moving on, we have Magna and Joey. Okay, she says the hardest part when she moves to America is moving so far away from her friends and family. She only likes Joey getting pedicures and wearing flip flops. Okay, only Joey could get away with it. If you ask her if she's moved to the US yet, she won't answer. Um, she hasn't watched the show. She doesn't watch TV. Okay. She has had no plastic surgery or enhancement procedures. She will always choose Poland over the States. Joey does not have a drinking problem, for the record. She does make pierogies, and it was his idea to join the show, for the record. So now moving on. Georgie and Darcy. Is there trouble in paradise, or is this just another PR stunt attempt to get on the last resort? Georgie is no longer following Darcy, but he still follows Stacy and Florian. Okay? Darcy still follows him. About a month ago or so, Darcy posted this comment on Georgie's post at the Influencer Awards that they all went to in November. First, she wrote, "Thank you for coming and supporting me and Stacy, looking dapper." Then she commented and later deleted, "So funny, you act like you love me." Then she's been teasing about the next chapter, the next best chapter. And the last post on Georgie's page is the two of them walking into a restaurant in the middle of December, and like, Darcy's just being extra, like, walking in, model walk, and just being Darcy. So I believe this is possibly a stunt to be on next season of Last Resort because hey, if Stacy and Florian got the extra checks, why not Darcy and Georgie? So we shall see how all of this develops. And yeah, and moving on to more bullshit. Good old Jasmine. Now, I would like to give 90 days sips of tea. I know I'm totally getting the name of her page wrong. Guys, give me 1 second. I'm going to pull it up. So, Jasmine went live, to make a long story short, and she was saying that a lot of things are for entertainment purposes only. So I want to share this with you guys. Okay, this is from 90 Sips Tea on Instagram, and this is a TikTok live that Jasmine did, and it's very interesting what she's saying here.
Because with this, you have to be strategic, right? In the entertainment industry that I work for, yes, it is about my real life. However, it is part of the entertainment industry. And what you want is people to talk about you. You don't want people to don't care. You want people to care. You want people to be invested. You want people to wonder. You want to provoke a reaction.
And haven't I been saying this? That Jasmine has not confirmed or denied her pregnancy, and she is loving all this attention because it is traffic to her social media that she brags about every other day.
An emotion. You want them to not only love you, but to hate you, to be mad at you or to be proud, whatever. I'm just being myself on TV. But if the cameras are not rolling, I'm not opening my mouth about anything. If people want to say whatever they want to say, I let them talk. I let them talk. I never confirm. I never deny. You know how many gossips there about me?
Yes, including that you're pregnant and she's dyeing her hair here.
Some of them are so crazy that I just laugh, but you will never see me getting mad or having a tantrum on social media like, oh, that is so fake. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna sue you. No, no, thank you. Because with this, you have to be.
See, I told you, she knows what the fuck she's doing. And until there's an official 90-day fiance official Instagram announcement like they did for Shida and Bilal when they had their baby boy, unless there's an official announcement from that page with Jasmine and Matt smiling, announcing the birth of their baby, I am not going to fucking believe it. I believe she is trolling all of us, but my source believes that she is 6 months pregnant. And yes, one day, like today, she's posting TikTok videos, obviously not showing a baby bump, but of course, this is probably an old video that she's putting up there to throw everyone off. Then the other day, she posted this to her story. She had a killer workout today. Her face is red because she did micro needling. And you could see, the angle. It's kind of hard to tell. She's wearing a baggy shirt. But then, she was doing a sauna, an at home sauna the other night. And it was like, oh, I don't get it. She's doing like all these things that are not necessarily recommended during pregnancy. Yes, yes, I agree, Sheila. When I was pregnant, I didn't color my hair or anything. That's it. I mean, I got pedicures, sure, but then as I was further in my pregnancy, this is a funny story. I remember this to this day. My son is 20 years old. Isabella, thank you so much. Thank you. I do this all for you guys. Thank you so much. Um, 20 years ago when I was pregnant with my son, I wanted to get a pedicure for my baby shower, and my Chinese nail tech refused to rub my feet after the pedicure. Like, she did my pedicure, but she wouldn't rub my feet because apparently the Chinese believe giving foot massages can invoke early labor. And she didn't want to invoke early labor, even though I begged for a foot massage. She wouldn't give it to me. So anyway, oh, I don't know. All of this smells very fishy to me. It just smells like, Jasmine trying to keep herself relevant. But like I said, I keep going back and forth because my source, who is like really close to this whole situation, told me that Jasmine is definitely 6 months pregnant. And we all know Jasmine is definitely living in Florida. Okay, she has moved from cold Michigan. Don't believe her when she's like, she's dealing with the snow and the cold in Florida. Okay, so yes, menopausal queen, I agree. Jasmine is angling for another 90-day appearance. She loves the attention, especially the attention to her social media. Linda, I agree. I really can't imagine Jasmine getting pregnant after all that surgery. But I saw a comment from someone saying that they saw her at Planet Fitness definitely pregnant. That's what I mean. But all we know, Jasmine could be walking around with a padded belly to freaking troll fans. My source thinks that she is 6 months pregnant, but there's like signs to me that this is all a big ha ha ha. I never confirmed the pregnancy. Everybody said I was pregnant. Did I say I was pregnant? No. Like she says, she never confirms or denies. And that's the smartest thing to do. Keep them guessing. So she really is 6 months pregnant. In about 3 months, we should have an official announcement from 90 Day Official Instagram. I'm not talking about clickbait accounts. I'm not talking about people who swear it's gospel. No, I want from the official 90 Day IG account. So we shall see in 3 months. And supposedly, she's going to be showing at this tell all reunion thing that is currently taping in New York, like I said a couple of weeks ago. And apparently, Jasmine's going to show up visibly pregnant and it's going to be addressed. So we'll see if that happens. Okay? Just saying. Now, it's good to know with all this going on, with the is Jasmine pregnant or isn't she pregnant? Gino's girlfriend will always support her man and have his back no matter what. So now moving on, we have Benny hanging out with Abby, and his aunt Mimi put up a throwback picture of Abby. And I'm going to say this again. Benny, stop swearing on your kid's life. It's not, it doesn't add any extra meaning to it, especially when you follow it up with a lie or a half truth. Just stop it. Okay? Just stop it. Sunshine. That's another reason why. As a woman, we know the pregnant look on another woman's face. Okay? We know. And Jasmine doesn't have that pregnant look. Plus, I don't care if micro needling or whatever the hell she did is safe during pregnancy. I just don't see, like, personally, I would never get micro needling or anything done, even if it was safe during my pregnancy. Whether it's my first kid, my third kid, or my fifth kid, I wouldn't do it. So this is why I smell a big rotten fish when it comes to the Jasmine pregnancy situation. And I wouldn't even doubt that if she's wearing a padded belly. So when fans do see her at the gym, because that seems like where she gets spotted the most, okay, that they think she's pregnant. She's using angles, she's posting old pictures, the things that she says, I'm like, bullshit. But we'll see. in about 3 months or so. So now, moving on, we have the therapist, Dr. James, Dr. Reba, and Dr. Heidi. Okay. Now, Angela. Angela's really, really happy. And you guys all know why. Okay. So, first of all, let me share Angela's special greeting for President Trump and his wife. You know, she's his biggest fan. So, all right, guys, can you hear the video? Because I don't think it's playing here. Hold on. Oh, I see what's happening. Sorry, guys, give me a second. It was still sharing the other tab. All right, let me just rewind it a bit. So, this is Angela wishing her favorite president and the first lady happy anniversary.
I want to take this time out to wish the president, the 45th and 47th president of the United States, and his first lady, boy, is she beautiful. Happy anniversary, 20th anniversary. Yes, 20th. Congratulations. So glad to see you back. Daddy's definitely home, and the first lady, she never left either. Congratulations. We love you.
So, yeah, like I said, Angela is really, really happy because her favorite president is back in office. And she thinks that he is going to immediately deport over 2 million Nigerians. And she's hoping that Michael is one of them. You guys know that she is hoping Michael's one of them. Um, yeah. So even her Botox lady was there supporting their favorite president. Yeah. So anyway, like I said, one of my followers hit me up today, Nathan on IG, and he had a question. And in my opinion, it was a very good question. Okay. Um, he said, "Hello, Miss Mary. How are you doing? I have a question. I apologize in advance because this question is slightly political, but I was wondering with the new immigration laws coming, would you happen to know the status of the future for 90 Day Fiance will be? That's the only thing that I'm wondering about it all." And I'm like, you know something? That's a real valid question. A real valid question. So I decided to do some research and I found this YouTube video by this attorney that calls himself the Visa Coach. I'm going to put the link in my description so you guys could, hey, if you want to check it out. It's not long, like 12 minutes, and he provides a lot of information. Now, this was done before Trump was elected, so it was kind of done from the perspective of if Trump, passes the laws, the immigration laws that he talked about during his campaign, A, B, C, D, and E will happen. Okay, so first of all, when you take the citizenship test, there's going to be a higher standard for U.S. citizenship. More questions on the test, higher score to pass. Okay. Um, YouTube, Michael is just laying low. The GoFundMe money is being dispersed to his attorneys as they need it. The divorce, to make a long story short, annulment, whatever you want to call it, is dragging its way through court. Basically, Michael's attorneys are requesting depositions and documents and so from Angela's attorney. And the activity on Angela's side seems kind of slow. I don't know if she fired her second attorney because she's on her second attorney and maybe is possibly transitioning to a third one, but the case is crawling through divorce court. I check on it every couple of weeks and not much activity, if any activity at all. And from what I understand, Michael is dispersing the money to his attorneys as needed. I've been meaning to speak to him because I do want to clarify and possibly get a statement from him. I want to see for myself to see how much money has gone to the attorneys because the GoFundMe is supposed to be used for legal expenses, and I'm the one that helped him set it up. So I want to know myself. I just been really busy. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I keep forgetting, and when I do remember, I'm like, shit, it's too late. I'll do it tomorrow. But I will contact Michael. Okay, and my next video, hopefully, I'll have all the info that I need to clear all the stuff up of what's going on with the GoFundMe. You guys have every right to know. You have every right, to ask questions. And hey, I want to know too. So basically, this attorney, he was saying that, yeah, things are going to be really, really hard. Now, so to make a long story short, and of course, my iPad wants to freeze on me at the moment. Okay, so to make a long story short, there are going to be travel bans put back in place. Travelers from Eritrea, Iran, Kyrgyzstan, Libya, Myanmar, Nigeria, North Korea, Somalia, Sudan, Syria, Tanzania, Venezuela, and Yemen are going to be banned again. Um, there, the the immigration officials are going to be more closely examining and scrutinizing all cases, looking for any reason to deny. The attorney says that you are going to have to probably submit 3 times more evidence than you did than you would have to have done in the past. Now with these new immigration laws coming into effect, there's going to be a lot more nitpicking of the applications and more delays. Now, what has changed? Okay, more likely it's going to have extreme vetting in place. Okay, handing over your phone, reveal your social media usernames and passwords. It used to be that the person coming over had to have at least 5 years of travel, employment, and residence history. No, now it's 15 years. If Trump gets what he wants, with the bills that he wrote, okay? So, he, another thing that is probably going to be put in place that is different and just another step past the ideological test, which basically means that they're going to ask the person wanting to come over a bunch of questions about the United States and just to try to get a feel on their opinions and their views. And, so they're going to have to answer a bunch of questions that they wouldn't have had to answer before. So now, what else is changing? Okay, previously, if you received public benefits, cash benefits, you were automatically not eligible to sponsor anyone for a K1 visa. Now, Trump wants to change it that if you receive non cash benefits such as Medicaid, SNAP, Medicare Part D, or Section 8, you cannot sponsor somebody to come over. And he's taking it a step further, saying that current and past recipients of public benefits, cash or non cash, cannot be a sponsor. Because if you were a past recipient of public benefits, who knows, you may need them in the future. Why do you need to bring somebody over? This is all basically how the immigration laws are being written, and this is going to be the fallout of it. So, how is this going to affect 90 Day Fiance? Mandatory interviews. Green card interviews often waived in the past when the applicants had solid evidences. Now, all must have interviews, which just means more delays in the process. Secondly, only the best and the brightest. Trump wants to revise the immigration laws so that to be able to come into our country, they want to look at they want people basically that have higher education, professional skills, people that could bring their skills and their education and use them in the US. So only the best and the brightest, get first priority, I guess. This guy was just basically trying to explain how things are changing, and since this video was recorded before Trump was sworn into office, he was basically like, listen, if you want to sponsor your mother, your father, your brother, your sister, do it now while the current laws under the Biden administration are still in effect. Because once Trump comes into office, you could only sponsor your partner and children. Mother, father, brother, sister, not welcome. And like I said, the citizenship test is just going to be harder to pass. More questions. So, Emily woke up this morning, apparently, to a bunch of messages asking her whether she's worried that Kobe is going to be deported. And she says, no, I'm not. What I'm actually worried about is my baby is having sleep regression and wants to party all night. That's my big worry. I'm not worried about Kobe being deported. But honestly, with all of these new changes and such, I really don't think it's going to affect our dear show, 90 Day Fiance. They will always find couples, scrape the bottom of the barrel, and yeah, and just come up with people like Lauren and Brian. So, exactly, exactly what I said. Why would Emily worried about him being deported? They're legally married. Like, anyway. So, moving on. Angela and E. Scott need to be deported back somewhere. I don't know, but these two flirting with each other online, and now E. Scott thinking that he's some type of Facebook influencer because he made a couple of $100. Yeah, okay. Anyway, before I let you guys go, just a couple of miscellaneous cast updates. And thank you so much, everybody, for being in the comments. I really, really appreciate it tonight. Lauren, as annoying as she is, Alex gave her an upgrade on her ring. I think it's beautiful. Okay. Um, she's annoying AF, but it's a nice ring. Do you guys remember John and Rachel? You guys may or may not know, they have broken up. They've been broken up for months now. Well, John recently posted to Facebook. Guess what? I'm 50 pounds lighter. I'll be returning American football in a few weeks, and I'm happier than I've been in a long time because I've met someone special. Hope your January is as good as mine. I'm glad somebody had a good January because the first 2 weeks were fucking hell. But knock on my fake wood desk, the last weeks are going to be just fine because so far, so good. So, congratulations, John. I'm happy that you're happy. Fun fact, John Walters was one of my very first interviews when I was on this channel with my partner Brianna back in the day. John was one of our very first. He rambled on for a long time, but he covered some such subjects as Ed and Jesse, and he was just fucking hysterical. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna put the link to that interview in my description as well. It's an oldie, but it's a fucking goodie. Okay, John is a character. He will always have a special place in my heart. So Erica found herself a stray kitty. Erica, in case you don't know, the one that was with Stephanie Fark girl like 5, 6 seasons back, her boyfriend broke up with her, and she needs to find a new place to live, and she has just been totally thrown for a loop. Well, she found a kitten and is receiving kitty therapy, and I think that is the perfect kind of therapy. So, moving on, Liz is continuing to live her best and healthier life after 14 rounds of chemo, making meatloaf cupcakes. Hey, that's a great idea. I wouldn't have thought. I would not have thought of that. And you guys let me know. Do you think Sean is hot? Every time Sean posts, there are people in his comments commenting how hot he is, how handsome he is. I don't know if it's just the tattoos, but I don't necessarily think he's hot. I mean, he's okay looking, but I don't know. I don't know. So apparently he is hanging out with James and Tata's sister, and they're just all having great adventures. Okay, menopausal queen. Okay, relax. Down. Okay. I'm just teasing you, girl, but down. Okay. So, anyway, Julian, please come and get your mom. Okay. Every time Debbie posts on Instagram, I am like, what the hell? Julian, please come and get your mom. Submit is getting older and Jenny is aging backwards. Okay. So, like, every time I see Submit, I'm like, what the hell happened to you? And Chantel doesn't, it isn't even recognizable anymore. And you guys all know that. Okay, Maureen, you too. Okay, I guess most of you guys do find Sean hot and it's just me. I don't know. Okay, it's just me. So anyway, oh yeah, Veronica has a new man, Caesar. You guys remember Caesar? He got to experience snow in Jacksonville, Florida. Okay, and Pedro showing off the abs. So Danielle, a quick question and answer session from her just to clear up because I know I'm confused what the hell she's doing half the time. Will you move to DR permanently? If not, where would you live, New York or Florida? And she says, in order to live in New York, I have to make 300,000 a year. So when that happens, I'll consider it. No, that's not necessarily true. But anyway, you don't have to live in Manhattan. You can live in the boroughs, and you don't have to make 300K a year. Right here, Testament. Anyway, are you planning to bring Johan to the US under a spousal visa finally? And she says yes. And then someone asks, how long are you in the DR until you go back to Florida to live full time? Until Johan gets his visa, which will probably will be in the next administration. So there we go. She is planning on bringing Johan here on a spousal visa. So we shall see. Okay, we shall see. So Paul is in the hospital in Brazil. Again, it seems like he's in the hospital like once every 3 months for like some mysterious ailment that he never gets into. I don't know. So Paul is in the hospital. Louise, YouTube automatically adds closed caption like an hour or two after the video comes up. I unfortunately can't add it to my lives. I really wish I could, but it's like a YouTube thing, but they automatically do captions. So if you want to check back in like an hour or two, the caption should be up there. And menopausal queen. Paul has jungle fever and a permanent case of stupidity. I agree. I agree. Now, TJ has turned into the king of cryptic posts. Okay. He says, home is what you take with you and not leave behind. And Kalani's adorable daughter, Messina, visiting her great grandmother's grave. So, that is basically all that I have for you guys tonight. Thank you so much for watching me. Thank you, everybody in the chat. And I'm sure this applies to many of you because it definitely applies to me. Okay? When you get older, you get a superpower. I can laugh, cough, sneeze, and pee all at the same time. Thank you so much for watching me, everybody. Please subscribe if you don't already. And one more thing, please double check that YouTube hasn't unsubscribed you to my channel. And one more thing, like and share. And one more thing, please consider joining my membership. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a wonderful night and stay warm.